Hi everyone, I'm Brie Coelho, a chef, author, television host, and avid equestrian. Today I'm in my barn that I just finished building for my 2 gypsy vanners, but I'm coming across a little bit of a problem. As you can see, we have a nice bed of shavings down in our stall. So let me show you, I have shavings on top of sealed concrete. So the shavings pick up any liquid that goes on the ground. But what I'm also experiencing is it's not really good for my horses to be on concrete for long periods of time. So I'm turning to ComfortStalls. What's really awesome about ComfortStalls is we are going to put a foam mat down on the entire space of our stall, and then we're going to top that foam mat with a rubber membrane, which is going to help reduce the amount of shavings that I need. So now my investment is reducing my monthly costs. But what I also love about ComfortStalls is they're better on the joints for our horses. So say if I have to put my horses in a stall for longer periods of time, I know that they're gonna be okay when they lay down and when they stand up on their joints, it's not gonna be a problem. But another cool thing about ComfortStalls, by reducing the amount of shavings that we put in, it's gonna reduce the amount of dust and the smell of ammonia, which all can cause respiratory problems for our horse. So I'm really excited to get these ComfortStalls down into my stall, and my girls can just live a life of luxury and orthopedic luxury, should I say, in their new ComfortStall paddings. Hey everybody! You see what I did there? Okay, all jokes aside, we are now in a cleaned stall, and my golly, there was a lot of dust thanks to all those shavings, but as you can see, I actually threw down a coat of paint because, you know, nothing but the best for my girls. So anyways, I want to make it look really pretty, but let me tell you about the precision foam that we are going to lay down from ComfortStalls. So this is the foam. This is going to be the bottom of our flooring. So what we're going to do is lay these 4x6 foam pieces down on the floor, and we're going to kind of puzzle them together and then cut out the areas where we need to by the doors and such. So our whole stall will be filled with these mats from edge to edge, and then after that we're going to tape them together with duct tape so all the mats stay together, and then we're going to top it off with that rubber membrane. So let's get started. I'm so excited to show you how it's done. So as you can see, I'm not using a very large knife. It's sharp, but this plastic, or the foam, is actually really easy to cut. But I'm just taking my time because I want to make sure I have a very straight line so that everything fits nice and just like a puzzle. Okay, so I got my last piece in place, but before I tape up the seams, I'm going to bevel the edge. As you can see, it's kind of a steep slope for my horses. To prevent a tripping hazard, we're just going to bevel the edge like this, just to ensure their safety. So we've cut all the pieces to fit our stall, and the last step is to put some tape down on the seams before we can put the rubber membrane down. So I'm going to make T's at all the intersections, just like this. Like that. So now all of our flooring is cut. I'm gonna put this last piece that I've beveled just to prevent a tripping hazard for my horses when they enter the stall. And my last thing to do is tape this seam, and then we are going to install the ironclad top cover. Just like this. Now for the best part, that ironclad top cover. Unroll the top cover as close to the center of the stall as possible. Then firmly press the top cover down on the foam. Make sure there are no air bubbles and the top cover is smoothed out to the walls. It has to be pulled tightly and evenly distributed across each wall. Now you're ready to cut a short slit in each corner so that the top can fit deeply in the corners. You should pre-drill the anchor strips every 3 inches with a countersink drill bit to make installing the anchor strips easier. The anchor strips should be as low on the wall as possible. So we've got the rubber membrane down. We've secured it on this wall and this wall, the 2 side walls. But very important, Haygain also said to really make sure that you get all the air bubbles out. So we are fortunate, we worked our booties off and we made it happen. So we have a perfect flooring. Now the next step is a little bit trickier. We're gonna do the doorways and the entryways. And it's a little bit tricky because there's some more cutting and precision involved, but let's get to it and I'm gonna show you how it's done. Now that we installed the anchor strips to the walls, it's time to cut the excess top cover with a sharp utility knife. We cut a slit in the top cover on each side of the stall entrance and laid the top cover so that it went out of the stall over the foam I previously cut at an angle. Now we installed the anchor strips on the concrete floor. That was a little bit more of a process. We had to drill holes in the concrete first in order to install the Tapcon concrete screws. Then we trim the excess top cover. Once all the trimming is done, you can apply sealant to the top edges of the top cover and anchor strips. So as you can see, we finished our ComfortStall installation, and I want to tell you that flooring can be a solution, not a problem. Investing in good flooring like this ComfortStalls will save you money in the long run from your horse's health, for their respiratory system and their joints and overall well-being. It helps create better sleep for them. And in bedding, you're gonna use less bedding and you're also gonna spend less time cleaning your stalls because they're gonna be much easier to clean. This is one of the best investments you can make for your horse's well-being. So as you can see, I have put shavings down on top of my ComfortStalls and I've used about a half a bag. So that is pretty dang good. So now when I go to clean my stall, I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna take about a quarter of the bag for every time I clean the stall. So it's really gonna save me on having to put down 1 to 2 bags a day of shavings. So thank you, ComfortStalls.